They played a very good football game here tonight. I thought that we had some opportunities, especially early on after we had taken it down and scored. We had some momentum, and I thought the possession where we had a chance to get up by 2 scores was a big one. Then coming out of the second half with a 14-7 game, we weren't able to get to where we wanted to. But Sacred Heart played, they're talented on both sides of the football and very physical and well-coached team.
Jimmy, can you explain your decision to go for the touchdown, go for the 4th down? The
4th down, yeah, probably first game too excited, and if I had to do it over again, I'd probably kick the points and kick the field goal and try to get the points and get up 10-0 at that point. But first game and a lot of emotion on that sideline, but been doing it a while, so that's on me.
Can you talk about Eddie's performance here?
Yeah, I thought he did a lot of really good things in the game. I think there'll be a lot of things that he'll learn from in this game going into it. The speed of it is a whole different thing than what we see in practice. And I thought, though, he processed things pretty well, but as he looks back on it, there's a lot of areas that I think he'll feel that he can improve on, and I know that he'll bounce, move ahead next week. Not bounce back, but move ahead next week.
Can you talk about the interception to start the second half and how that kind of made change momentum a little bit?
Yeah, 14-7, right? Coming out of the half, we're up. We're down by a score, our possession, and it was a situation where we ran a little seam ball there, and the thing just got up. Just get up a little bit, and the kid made a nice play on it, but the safety kind of went in and out on it, and and then the ball got to his area.
Coach, the offense was clicking. Everything, you come out first drive, couldn't have asked for anything better. What was the difference? Why did things start to slow down offensively?
Well, I think a lot of the things were kind of self-inflicted. We got off track a little bit. We knew we had to stay within the chains, and we had 2 or 3 possessions right in a row where we were 3rd and 2nd and 13, 2nd and 15, 3rd and 12, and that's just not going to be how we're going to be able to live. We need to be able to stay within those chains, and Sacred Heart did a couple things, but again, a lot of it was things that we can get corrected.
Eddie, can you talk about your debut and what you thought about it?
Yeah, first drive we came out really well. Feel really confident going into the game, and still feel really confident in what we're going to achieve this season. But obviously, a lot of mental mistakes today, a lot of throws that I just need to step up and make, and just got to work really hard, come back, bounce back. Preparing for the game is one thing, and then once you go through it, you kind of know a lot of things to prepare. But I'm gonna work really hard this week, correct a lot of the mistakes that I made today, and really looking forward to moving forward.
Can you talk about what kind of mistakes you're looking at?
Just like Coach said, self-inflicted mistakes. Missed a lot of my landmarks on some throws. And just reads that I have to be better at, kind of seeing the whole field, seeing rotations and stuff. So just a lot of things that I personally need to be better at, so our offense can be more productive and move better as a unit.
Can you talk about that the first completion? That's got to feel great coming out of the gate, throwing a 78-yarder.
Yeah, it's stuff we worked on in practice. Got our read. Get the ball out to a great athlete, made a great play, and it's just a flash of the drive. We had a lot of good moments in the game today, and we're gonna be there. We're gonna bounce back really strong and have a lot better week of practice this week, and I'm really excited about the progress that we're gonna make.
Coach talked on radio about you getting a little flustered, but then you got it back. Mm-hmm. Just take us through the emotions of going from such a high, and then kind of the rest of the game was not as easy as it.
Yeah, like I said, one mental mistake. We hit the first touchdown. You're feeling really good. One down, and then my first game, it's emotional. I have to do a better job of one play at a time. And just kind of regrouping myself and then finding, where I need to be, mentally on the field, but it's all stuff that, I'm going to get better at.
Nice to be in the lead chair.
What?
Nice to be in the lead chair.
Of course, yeah.
I guess this is for all you guys before the Bucknell game. What's the most important thing to get better at to succeed and come out with a W? Let's just go left to right here.
Well, I think for us, as I just told the team, there are a lot of plays on the field that, were there, and we just got to be able to take advantage of those plays, and it's just going back to the basics and executing what we know we can, and I think we're going to find out there were a lot of things there that we could have moved forward with. And I think that they're more than capable of doing it. But, again, there's a lot of new guys out there and new roles for us, and it's a good one to get under our belt. And, again, you're going against a team that was 10-3 last year, a playoff team, a team that's returning all those starters. It's a good football team we played out there today.
All right, next down, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said before, just really focus on correcting the mistakes that we made this week and having a really strong week of practice. They're a really great team. They did a great job today, but I definitely feel confident about what we can do, and if we correct our mistakes and handle our part of it, I think we'll be in really good shape.
From the defensive side of the ball, just correcting the keys and, the assignments of what we have to do. But again, for a first game, there was a lot of positives that came from it. So, we're just going to move on from here.
Zach, can you talk about the defensive effort here in game one? It gave up 420 yards. You had some drives where Spence was really kind of getting into you guys, but then you had a lot of 3-and-outs too, so a lot of both good and...
we were reading our keys. It's the first game, so it's a little bit different with game speed. So, we definitely we started off good, and then we were on the field a lot this game. We were reading our keys. We're an experienced defense. We missed a couple reads here and there, but I feel pretty good that this week in practice we're going to go over those reads and get them corrected for Bucknell.
So your general feel coming out of this is what?
There's a lot of positives coming from it. No one likes to lose, but again, we can't. A lot of positives came from it.
And we're on. Sacred Heart's a team that they'll be content to go 3 yards, 4 yards, and put it in his hands. And that's good coaching. You get a horse like that, keep giving it to him. And like Zach said, we're on the field 45 plays in the first half, and those are a lot of plays. But that Sacred Heart will grind you and grind you and grind you, and then that's kind of, we knew going into the game that was kind of their game. That's who they are, and they've had a lot of great success with it.
Coach, field position certainly hurt the defense a little bit, but honestly, on a positive note, they looked really great coming out in the first half. Why was it working so well for them early on?
Well, we're a good defense, and we have good athletes running around. We knew we were going to be strong. We had a lot of returners, and that's the way we, Coach Rumsey and our defensive staff and all of us expect them that they're going to play, coming out. And they did. They got put out into short fields a bunch of times, and anytime you do that, that's just a recipe for points on the board. And overall, if you look at it, they gave up 21 points tonight, and I don't know how many drives Sacred Heart started on the plus side, but there were quite a few. So give up 21 on that many short fields. I think it's a really good defensive effort tonight.
And how big is it for you moving forward, knowing that you got a defense like that behind you and that you don't need to be perfect to have success?
Yeah, they're fantastic. They work hard, and just from an offensive standpoint, if we can sustain a couple more drives and keep them off the field, they played a lot of downs. So offensively, to help them out, we have to do a better job of sustaining some better drives. And but I thought they played great. They kept us in the game. That's always great to have a great defense, to have your back when we do make our mistakes. Know that they're going to hold it down for us.
Any other questions?
Thanks, guys.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, it was, a good start to 2014. I think we started a little slow at the beginning. We had some penalties in the first half, some turnovers, which is not characteristic of us. And I think we got the first half jitters out at halftime, settled ourselves down, and came out, ready to go in the second half, and put it all together in the second half. Obviously for the first game, we still have some mistakes that we got to clean up, some penalties. But I thought the kids really played hard. I thought they played physical and they played together, which is something we preach all the time and we ask for.
Questions for the kids first. Gordon, can you talk a little bit about the interception to start the second half?
We were just in our defense based on the information that they ran, and I just made a play on the ball. I think he threw it a little high, and I just made a play on the ball. And then once I once I got the ball, I seen the end zone, so I know I had one man to beat. I think the receiver was outside of me, so I just tried to get there faster than him.
Turned into Doobie or Spence at that point.
I'm trying.
I'm not that fast.
For you guys on offense, I mean, it was kind of a sloppy first half, but you come out in the second half and he gets a big play like that on defense. You guys are up 2 touchdowns instead of 1. How much of a lift was that for you guys coming out of the locker room?
I think it was a big lift. We feed off each other. We went in halftime and like Coach Nov preached to us. He told us, we're up. I forgot what we were up at the point, but we kind of had our heads down at the point. He was telling us that, even though we had a sloppy game first half, that we were up. So we just got to rally off each other. We knew that the defense was going to go out there and get the ball back for us. So as soon as Gordon got the pick, we just rallied behind him.
Yeah, the defense had a great game. I mean, holding Marist to 7 points. We had 4 turnovers on the offense, so we really had to clean that up next week. But I really think the defense did a good job. That turnover to begin the half really swung momentum our way.
What happened to you guys in the first half? I mean, it seemed like you moved the ball pretty good. You had a fumble, RJ had a pick and a fumble. I mean, it seemed like you guys moved pretty well. Just you kind of had some opening night jitters type of thing?
Yeah, I believe we were just a little bit too excited to the point where we were messing up ourselves. We were shooting ourselves in the foot, as you can see. Like Coach No said, that's not very characteristic of us. To lose the ball, RJ threw a pick, and then he fumbles, and then I fumble, and then we come back and do it again on the goal line. So that's something I think that we'll take care of. We'll definitely take care of next week. We just had to get the first game jitters out the way.
Can you talk a little bit about the rapport you've developed with RJ? I mean, last year you were kind of his go-to guy, and I mean tonight you came up with several big plays. You guys seem very comfortable out there together.
Yeah, I feel like me and RJ now we have kind of we can talk to each other without actually talking to each other. We have hand signals and everything. It makes it real easy out there for him. Get him some quick throws, some short throws, so I can just get in the open field and then just give it a shotty when we need to, and he pounds it down. So I think we have a good, solid 3-headed system, and we're looking for more players to step up.
At what point, when did you guys kind of develop that system? Was it last season you and RJ kind of got comfortable? Was it like midway through the year, or when did you guys really kind of get on the same page?
I feel like towards the second half of the year, we really got on the same page, and then over the summer, really picked it up and got to start thinking the same. So he knew where I would be, and I knew where he wanted me to be at the same time. So that really helped us.
Shadi, can you talk a little bit about breaking the record tonight?
It's pretty cool. Just wish I did it in a better fashion. But like Coach No said, a win is a win. Accolades are going to come. We're just trying to continue to win games.
Was it something, I mean, and you're stat-driven, but was it something you thought about at all with the halftime or anything?
I mean, a couple of guys keep coming to me like, tonight we're going to break the record, and then I knew how much I had to get to break the record. The main focus going out tonight was just to get a W on the board.
You got anything else for the players?
No, I'm good.
All right, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
guys. Thank you. Y'all have a great night.
Exactly. Thanks, Shadi.
No problem. Coach No, here you go.
So what did you see?
I'm sorry.
What did you see out of the guys early on? I mean, it seemed like you moved the ball well, but it seemed like kind of had some a little bit of mistake point in the first half.
Yeah, I think that goes with being even though you got a veteran team returning, the first game of the year you're always going to have some kinks to work out, and I knew they were ready to go, and I knew they were ready to play, and that was one of my fears going into the game was they were too excited, they were too amped up, and just forgetting how to miscue and fire on all cylinders. Again, they're a talented group of kids, and they're relentless, and getting them to play hard is not an issue. It's being able to execute and being under control. And I think once we got to halftime and kind of settled down and knew that we had the lead, not walk around with your heads down, feeling sorry for yourself. You're still winning the game with the mistakes that we made. With a little bit of positive energy at halftime, I think they came out firing on all cylinders. And Gordon's pick was really the turning point, I think, to start the second half. I mean, especially when you don't get the ball to start the second half and you send your defense out there and it was the second or third play, he gets a pick for a touchdown. That's huge.
I mean, that was one thing you guys were really good at last year, taking care of the football and forcing turnovers. I mean, you're plus 19, and tonight you're minus 2 at the half.
Yeah, we were plus 21 last year actually, and that's how we won 10 games. And anytime you're plus 21 in the turnover battle, chances are you're going to have a pretty good season. Right now, obviously we got to clean that part up in the penalties. Not losing our composure and being more disciplined.
Your defense did a good job of kind of getting you out of some trouble too. I mean, you had the 4th down stand, and I mean, even though they got a couple turnovers in the first half, your defense kind of rose up to the challenge after that first drive.
Yeah, they had a couple stops on 4th down, and they had to block field goal too. which was, I think, at the end of the third quarter, which was huge. So, you know, things like that. But again, when defense are making plays like that, the offense feeds off it and gets a little bit momentum and excitement. So we talk about it, you know, if one side is down, we got to pick the other side up.
With, I mean, obviously, I'm guessing with RJ looking to spread the ball around, but him and Tyler really have you know, they're really on the same page.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, they're really kind of fun to watch. I mean, it seems like they just have a great rapport out there.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, like I said, I think it started about midway through last season when you got kids that stay up over the summer and work out together, and they continue to throw in the spring, the winter, and the summer. It's great to have kids with experience that have been together that long. And we're talking only 2 years with those guys, so.
But with Tyler, I mean, you know, obviously Shotty gets his attention, and RJ does too, but Tyler, that was obviously a valuable weapon for you, and kind of flies a little bit under the radar just behind those two guys, but what is so good about him as a receiver?
Number one, he catches the ball. I mean, he's got a great set of hands. He runs great routes and body control. I mean, the kid just, you watch him all the time. Last year, makes some acrobatic catches, and you know, he's just he runs his routes, he catches the ball, and he's very athletic, and he knows what he's doing. You know, and I think it's a deceiving speed that he has. You know, you look and you don't think he's very fast. Next thing you know, he's behind somebody. So he's probably one of the better ones we've ever had here.
Obviously, I mean, you get a first win. I mean, just some things to clean up. It's got to feel good to make sure you come out. Come out tonight. You have a good crowd and you win and get the ball rolling again from last year.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we talked about it. One game, one quarter, one play at a time, and to get the first one in your belt and get some of those kinks worked out, it's great because it's a long time coming from last December, and we talked about it as a team that, you know, we're going to learn each year from our mistakes the previous year, but we're not going to talk about what happened last year because it's a new season.
Thanks, so.
Thanks,